This video has the directions for Module 2, and here I am on the Tasks and To Do or the main home page. So I just wanted to point out one thing before I talk about Module 2. I've been telling you about the little gear or widget here on the announcements, and I've been encouraging you to go ahead and click on that. So what happens is if you hover over your announcements widget, this little gear pops up. And then you can set this so you can see more announcements. So there you can see the announcements that have been posted in the last 30 days. So that's always available for you to adjust whenever you need to. So now on to Module 2, and you'll see that I've put a new link over here in the left-hand course menu so that you can get right to Module 2. And in a couple days, I'm probably going to hide the Module 1 link because you're not really going to be needing that anymore. But you always can get back to the Module 1 whenever you want to because it's on the course modules page. So there it is right there. So I'm going to go back over here and go to Module 2 on macronutrients. So I won't go through this because I'm going to be discussing this in this video. So let's go through this calendar steps and links to complete Module 2. So here's the link to the calendar, and that will open in a new window. There are 4 pages here, so this is exactly like the calendar for Module 1. So you can just print this out and use it to check off things as you go, remembering that anything that has a star is something that's going to be graded. Things that have boxes are assignments that are not graded. The first thing you'll do is do the pre-quiz for Module 2. That's in Wiley Plus. You can just click on Pre-Quiz Module 2. You'll go to Wiley Plus. And if you take this on Wednesday before 11 o'clock, then you'll have a grade that gets recorded into the Wiley gradebook. Otherwise, you'll get a 0%. But again, it doesn't matter because it's just an ungraded assignment and just helps you get thinking about the concepts that are in Module 2. And then, of course, you're going to begin by reading. So I'm going to go here to the Learn section for Chapter 4 on carbohydrates. The link to your e-textbook is here, and even if you have your softcover textbook, it's a great idea to look at the e-textbook because there are lots of tutorials and animations and audio pieces that help describe the diagrams in the textbook, and they're very helpful. Next is a video assignment and the concept check assignment. These are ungraded, they're just here to help you study the concepts. And then the 2 graded assignments are down here, the How It Works assignment and the Quick Start Post-Lecture assignment. So those are all here for you to work on in Chapter 4. I'm going to go back to the home page for Module 2. And you want to pay attention that even while you're working on Chapter 4, there are the Module 2 discussions. So I'm going to click to go here to the discussions folder. And there are 2 discussions in this module. One's called Carb Reports, and there are 3 different options for this. There's an option on searching about a topic that's related to carbohydrates, and there are 2 other options where you look at either the sugars or the fibers that are in your foods. So there are lots of links and directions and interesting things here. So read through it and pick the one that you'd like to do. You don't have to do all 3, just one. And then later on, in the last week of the module, we'll be doing the discussion on fast food facts. So you can get to your discussion here through the folder in Module 2, but you can also get to that discussion over here from the course menu. And you've noticed that I've moved a few things around. I've moved the frequently asked questions up here to the top, and now the discussions for Module 2 are here, the carb one, and also the one on fast foods, and the other ones have been moved down in the list if you want to find them. They're all here, including the icebreaker discussion. You just have to scroll down. So let me go back one more time to Module 2. And while you're working on your discussions for the module, you'll be learning also about lipids in Chapter 5, so that'll be the second week of the module, and then proteins and amino acids during the last week of the module, so be sure to pay attention to everything that's here. And finally, you'll also be doing one healthy lifestyle activity for Module 2. So there are just 3 pages for this assignment. They're the directions, then there's a link to the Wiley Plus homepage, just as you had in Module 1, and then this is the drop box. Let me just open this up so you can see it. So there's directions and drop box for this. So first, read the directions. You're going to need to go into iProfile and print just one report. And there are directions here so that you'll print the macronutrient distribution, the intake compared to the DRIs in basic view, and the intake spreadsheet. So follow the directions to print all these out together in one document and save the name of that document as macronutrients report with your last name. All right, so you'll just use that print button to save it as a PDF. And then to submit the assignment, you're going to want to go to the third section. And I just want to show you this is quite long. So you've got really the whole module to answer all these questions. And if I could make a recommendation, I would just take this, highlight over it, do a Control-C or copy, and paste that into the assignment's submission text box. And then you can go here and just type in your answer for question 1, and you can type in your answer for question 2. And you may even want to change the color of the font here so it stands out and the person that's grading it can see it. So just go through. You can start this anytime. There's a whole bunch of questions about carbohydrates, then proteins, and then fats. And then you'll have some just general assessments that you want to make. You'll need to browse your computer to upload that file, that PDF file that you printed when you were in iProfile. And you can work on this in little pieces. So you can just keep saving it as in a draft form and then submit it when you're all done. So don't feel like you have to work on the whole thing all at once. And just one other thing, there's the rubric for this. So that's there if you want to look at the rubric. So there's several pieces to this, but you can look at that at your own leisure. So I think that that's really all that I wanted to tell you about module number 2. And this is one of our more complicated modules, so be sure to ask questions. You can post them in the FAQs, because if you have questions, other people do too. Enjoy module 2.